that I've faced in the Premier League and with Crystal Palace, and he knows now his level of game will have to jump up. You're now playing big boys football in the Champions League against the best teams around. If you want to compete, you have to be better and you have to be quicker than he's shown tonight.
Yeah. And those changes, all important changes. Let's see exactly how they turn them into goals, because Trossard and Martinelli. Trossard had only been on the pitch for just over 5 minutes, and Martinelli at that point for 36. And this, Martin, was 1-0.
Yeah, you know, it was very direct from Arsenal, you know, in terms of the way that they played. I mean, he's only just come on. We're talking about the attitude. We have to mention as well Trossard in all of this, because that's a nice little ball. He's well aware of the run that he makes. Goalkeeper maybe won't look back at this with any fondness, but their hunger to try to make things happen when they come off the pitch, sitting on the bench. OK, boss, take a look at me. I've got the pace. Great little touch. And he slots it away. Did everything he needed to do in that moment. I talked to him last season about enjoying that, enjoying putting that ball away at the end of it. The top players do that. They sniff a chance, but they then put it in the back of the net.
And then Martinelli repaid the favour.
Yeah, and this was great, wasn't it? And look how positive he is, Martinelli, just using his pace round the defender, pulls it back to Trossard. Yes, they get a slight bit of fortune, but you know what? They deserved it. They were the better team. This is a lovely run by Martinelli, and the fact that he's on the pitch, he gets a goal, he gets an assist, he changes the flow of the game, he automatically drives Arsenal to the win, and it's really nice to see. He's got a point to prove tonight, and he's shown it.
Trossard, he just delivered it, just delayed slightly, and then got the angle he needed to finish it.
It was important as well. Darren Fletcher said it in commentary. Look, not necessarily the performance, but the result is important. 3 points, up and running in the Champions League. That's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 points, move forward. You've got a home game against the team you should be beating. Turn the 3 into 6 and keep rolling forward. That's all you can do.
Moscara as well. I want to mention him. What a performance! The young lad coming at the back.
Really. We're talking about centre half.
Well, we've got to, haven't we? Because I think he deserves it.
And that defence is important for Arsenal. Okay. Let's look at Arsenal then. They're North London rivals, and tonight 3 points on the board for them as well. But it was a difficult watch in the first half. Things sprung into life when Mikel Arteta made the changes.
Yeah, it was a difficult watch. It was quite boring in the first half, wasn't it? And Arsenal with the substitutions just upped the tempo. Route one goal really, couple of headed clearances, flick on by Trossard, and the pace of Martinelli, who'd only been on the field for 36 seconds, sprints away and finishes it like he does, just to give Arsenal that little bit of breathing space. But they were much the better team, Arsenal.
Yeah.
It was just about them getting the right results, and they ran out comfortable winners in the end.
Listen, it's healthy competition when you've got players that are coming off the bench as hungry as that, and that can rotate on and give you your results. Yeah,
we talked, didn't we, about that. Trossard involved, obviously gave the assist for the first one, and then Martinelli returned the compliment. Look, really good pace, really direct. Is what you've been crying out for him to do, actually, more often. And then it's a cultured finish. Trossard, you know, these two were starters last year. Now they're on the bench, showed a fantastic attitude when they came on. And that's what you want, strength in depth. And then keep that right attitude, keep your head. There's going to be disappointments, but when you come on, you demonstrate that you're good enough to be there.
Yeah. Martin, Moscara, £13 million for Arsenal.
Don't be mentioning centre defenders because he mentioned it earlier on.
Just saying.
Well, I think it's a good purchase.
What a brilliant bit of business,
It is, and he's in the same DNA as Saliba and Gabriel, and that's he's sort of joined up thinking. You know, I didn't know if Keown was quite at the level of the other two. I'm being absolutely honest. This fella, mobile, quick, strong. There's a lot more to come, and he's put in some really good performances.
They've got a rich vein of centre backs in their history, Arsenal, haven't they, Michael?
They have, haven't they?
Some very, very dubious ones in the past. Yeah, but I mean, they brought on Nketiah late on in the game as well, who's played centre defence and on the left side of defence for Bayer Leverkusen last year. Again, really late business, but very good. They've really strengthened that area as well as other parts of the pitch. They look really strong, Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, look, Danny Jameson was over there in Bilbao. He's going to get a little bit more reaction for us post-match. He caught up with the Arsenal camp.
What pleased you the most about the way your side managed to make it through that first half that was difficult and perform better after half-time?
That when we had to play a certain game, we did it. When they took us to play a really direct and physical game, we handled it. When it was very transitional, we handled it. When it was against the low block, we handled it. And that's the way. It's a lot of games throughout the game, and the quality of the position in this competition is going to demand you a lot, and I think we handled with it quite well.
It took you 36 seconds before you scored that goal. How pleased were you managed to make an impact so quickly?
Yeah, really pleased. Thank you, Leo, for the ball, and yeah, it was a great ball. He saw me and then just hook it, and I know he's got this quality as well. So yeah, it was a great goal.
It didn't take you long to repay the favour. What did you see when you were setting up the second goal?
Yeah, I mean, I just tried to go past the fullback and find someone in the box because I knew they were tired as well, and I saw Leo making the movement, and I just tried to give the ball to him, and yeah, he did the rest.
We've talked all week really about the depth, and I'm sure when you make substitutions, you want them to make an impact. For Gabriel Martinelli to do it after 36 seconds, that must be so pleasing.
Unbelievable. Both him and Leo, you know, they have very different qualities to Eps and Victor. But they come and look at them immediately. They were ready. Immediately they were connecting with each other, and very pleased because I told them most of the times you're going to be guys more important than the ones starting. So the quality of the minutes is going to be critical, and I'm very pleased because this is going to help us.
And look, it's another clean sheet. I think it's 18 goals in 25 Champions League games Arsenal have conceded under your management. And a word for Christian Mosquera, who was outstanding again tonight. Such a young man coming in and making his Champions League debut. Yeah,
I think the level of commitment and love for defending that the boys are putting, it's spectacular. And they do it especially when the situations are very critical, because especially the way we play, there are quite a lot of open spaces. But yeah, they have the heart, they have the understanding, and hopefully we can build from that, because that helps you to win a lot of games.
Well done tonight, thank you.
Thank you very much, thank you.
OK, so look, 3 points in the Champions League, but Arsenal have to go to the Etihad and do it next. That's their next game against Manchester City, September the 21st in the Premier League. You can see their next couple of fixtures after that as well. Listen, they're not going to be able to start in the same way that they did tonight against Bilbao, against Man City. So I'm going to put you in the hot seat for a minute there, Martin. If you are Mikel Arteta, who's your front three that starts against Man City?
Well, I mean, there's options because of the performances. Madueke has to play now. Gyökeres starts, of course. There is the possibility that Eze could play as a midfield player. You know, people criticised Arsenal against Liverpool for playing with three sort of midfield players. Ødegaard was a bit of a miss tonight, so if he's available and fit, he probably comes in. So, you know, there's options. Saliba comes in.
I know the options.
Because Saliba has to play.
Who do you play up front then?
Well, I would play. I'd start with Martinelli and play Eze in the midfield
instead of Marino.
I'd take out. Yeah, I'd take out maybe Mourinho in that midfield, because Eze is a player that I want playing in their midfield.
So Declan, Zubimendi, Eze, Martinelli, Gyökeres.
Do I get a chance to change my mind?
Love it. That's the team. That's the team.
Well, look, I mean, he's got options now, and he didn't have options last season for the running of the season. It was pretty well. He was managing with one arm tied behind his back because he didn't have the options. Now he's got to find the right balance to beat Man City. Okay.